Best of the day to you, the good people of Lagos, Nigeria. I still remain Salami Abiodun, your host for our laudable program popularly known as The Politics Today. On this week, we have one of our executive guests for today. Are we meeting in person? Huh?
My name is Alero, Shirly, Okiki. I'm the founder of Book Fever Bookstore, Shirly, Lagos.
It's indeed another incredible moment on this day as we are having one of the illustrious, productive women of our time that is full of tenacity, productivity, and doggedness. She's here to tell us mostly about education, the bedrock of education, our society today. You're welcome once again.
Thank you.
All right, basically, what can you tell us about the purpose of a school in society?
The primary purpose of a school is to provide knowledge, skills, and value in an individual. So, for example, you want to prepare yourself, you're planning to be something of, you want to go into production. You would therefore look for areas where you can acquire the skill. So that is what a school is. A school prepares you for anything in life you want to do. You need to go to school. You need to acquire the set skills and knowledge to be able to do that effectively.
Wow, that is quite impressive.
So as a child, your first primary information when it comes to education, it comes from your parents. Your primary home provides that first information to you, which means your formal education comes from your home. They tell you what to do and what not to do, how to be an effective adult, an effective kid, and how to read your book. Your primary education comes basically from your home. So from there on, you go to school, pay attention in class, read your books to get good grades. You need to read your books, pay attention. So at every area of our life, there is education.
Knowledge, they say, is not a waste
at all.
So you acquire knowledge on every day.
Yes, sir.
Oh, thank you so much, ma'am. So how do you help a child to discover his or her talent?
To help a child discover their talent is to know the talent, to recognize the talents in that child first. You must identify what this talent is before you are able to show support. So when a child is talented in a certain area, first of all, you need to identify. After identifying it, you need to encourage that child, because talent is not enough. There's discipline. There's other areas where the child needs to be responsible.
Like a good character as well.
A good character. You need to apply yourself. So the guidance of an individual to help a child through their talent to be that you encourage, you show them the possibility. And that talent is a preference over other things. You see yourself being able to do these things as an individual. You need to, like a child, you have a talent. It's your responsibility to make sure that you put yourself out there to learn more. Because if you don't develop your talent, if you don't acquire more skills, more knowledge towards the things that come to you naturally, you would not excel. Or you will burn out. We've seen a lot of people with talent that at the end of the day, they started well, but they couldn't, because they feel like I'm always going to have it.
Because there is no knowledge to give them the guidelines.
Exactly.
Thank you so much. Indeed, you've heard from the horse's mouth, because you just having the talent is not enough for you, but you ought to also back it up with a knowledge, because without no knowledge, you can't be able to develop your skills, you can't be able to develop your talent, you can't be able to get to some level that you ought to be in life, because knowledge will give you these guidelines to monitor you and to make you a successful person in your area of discovery when it comes to the talent. And that's the reason why our guests for today have to make us realize that you need to discover your talent, and you discovering it is not good enough, but you also need to have a knowledge to back it up. You need to also ensure that you make an impact in that talent, that is to make you become what you want to become in life. Education is the bedrock of success, and that's the reason why in every talent of a mankind there must be knowledge. Thank you so much, Mark, for this.
Thank you, sir.
All right, what are the things that we need to do when our parents are not in support of our talent?
Like I said before, the parents are the primary caretaker of the child, the talented child. It's very important that when you discover as a parent that you have a child that has a certain talent, you encourage as a child, because growing up, our parents will confuse our talent as being deviating from, schoolwork. So we can get the lashing, the whooping for neglecting what you are supposed to do. To go, let's say a child has a natural talent to dance, right? And instead of you to read your book, you are dancing. Your parents will not find that funny.
Exactly.
So there must be a clever balance between understanding that this child loves to dance, and you can be a good dancer as your talent provides, and also a good student as well. So parents need to open their mind to the possibility that children can do more than one thing, and their talents in present day will take them places. So we have seen it everywhere. Talent is taking people everywhere around the world right now. So when you understand that you have this child that is being talented in this area, encourage them. That is not going. The only way, show them love, kindness, be patient, and let them understand that they have to strike a balance between going to school and developing their talents. It can work. It really can work.
Definitely. Thank you so much. It can really work when you combine your talent with your education, and that's the reason why you've heard from the officer's mouth as she said, and I quote, that as a parent, you need to help your children or your child to balance this area of education. You have to just be their guardian as a parent and help to encourage them in these two areas, because just as we said rightly, once you have your knowledge, you are educated, you are vibrant, and you are consistent in what you're doing, and you'll be able to embrace your talent. Definitely, the sky will be your starting point. So as a parent, you have to encourage your child in the talent that has been given by God to them and help them to achieve it. That's who much is given, much is expected. As a parent, you need to ensure that your child come out in the flying colors. We are still at the ongoing program, popularly known as The Politics Today. I will be right back after this little commercial break. Stay tuned.
Lofty Barbecue Extravaganza. Get ready for a flavorful explosion. Our menu highlights are barbecue chicken and chips, shawarma, gizzard sticks, and lots more. Our contact address is number 15C Akinyemi Street off Empire, Surulere, Lagos, Nigeria. For order placement and home delivery, please contact come and indulge, because we at Lofty Barbecue are here to satisfy your cravings.
Alright, you're welcome back to our laudable program, popularly known as The Politics Today. We are still here with our executive guests for this week. You're highly welcome once again, man.
Thank you, Mr. Biodun.
Alright, it is said that to whom much is given, much is expected, and that's the reason why you need to get yourself prepared for every opportunity that is coming near you, because every preparation must meet up with an opportunity. We are still on our laudable program, popularly known as The Politics Today, and The Politics Today is on education, and that's the reason why we're having our guest here on the program today to let us know more about the bedrock of education in the life of a child and in the life of a student in the school, within the society at large on this day. You're welcome once again.
Thank you, Mr. Biodun.
All right, ma. And basically, we'll need to quickly ask you about what has been the contribution of a government towards an education in your local government and Lagos State at large.
Okay, thank you for that question. I will start with my local government, which is Surulere local government. First of all, I would like to say a big thank you to the executive chairman, Shirly local government. Sometime last year, there was a debate competition that took place here in Surulere.
Wow.
Yes, that happened sometime last year at the Samshoni Bare Community Center. There were students from secondary school that participated in this competition.
Wow.
And, these are things that we used to do growing up. And we don't see them anymore. They're not like as common as they used to be back in the days. Because back in the days, even in schools, there are debates groups.
Yeah.
And that will encourage reading. Because for you to be a part of a debate club, you must have a flair and interest in reading. Because from there, you could be able to, get acquainted with words. Your vocabulary has to be top notch.
Wow.
Yeah, so the executive chairman brought back debates to schools in Surulere, and it was an exciting time, I must tell you.
Wow.
These are things we want to see more. And for Lagos State at large, I feel like they're very progressive. Lagos State, in aspect of education, I would say they are doing marvelously well.
Wow.
Why I can say this is because I'm in education. I have programs where I go to schools. I see their contribution, giving mother soft landings, helping with books,
wow,
school amenities, creating a comfort environment. I'm not saying this because I'm trying to, it's from what I see.
Yeah,
it's from what I see. Back to school stuff, giving to children, school bags, school shoes, books, and stuff like that. So it can only get better from here. That's the truth.
Wow. You heard from the officer's mouth that Indeed, the executive chairman of Surulere, in person of Honorable Sulaiman Yusuf Bamidele, is doing exceedingly well in his own area to ensure that is supporting the movement of a good education in Surulere by introducing a debate competition here in Surulere, and he has done a whole lot of things to also, encourage every other student across every other school in Shirly. And to the state government, they have also done well because they do provide a whole lot of books, writing materials to the student in order to help the parent, because it's not all the parent that can afford all these writing materials. And this has been a huge support for the state government and the local government generally to ensure that at least the students and the child going to school are able to focus on our education and also to support the parent. Thank you so much for this one.
Thank you, Mr. Diodon.
All right, basically, what has been your contribution towards the growth and development of your community?
Yeah, my contribution, I have a bookstore, a library, and a cafe here in Masha Surulere. So, and also I have a project. I also do a spelling bee competition.
Wow.
Every year.
Wow.
This will be our 4th edition by December. The spelling bee is a competition where students will come together and they'll be given words to spell, and somebody emerges as a winner with a prize.
Wow.
So that is to promote reading, which right now we don't see enough of. Children in this age will understand that this is internet age.
Yes.
So the attention is shifted. Every child is on the internet, phones, all their devices, and that has created quite a division from what they should be doing. They should read books, get acquainted with new words. Like when we're growing up, as you're reading, you have a dictionary where you learn new words.
Oh, yes.
You use your new words. When I was growing up, my father encouraged that any word you read and you find in a book that you don't know, write it down later, look into the dictionary, get acquainted with those words, put them into sentences, and use them.
Wow.
So because students don't read enough, or the lack of reading has created a vacuum in that area. But during my time growing up, we used to read a lot of books. So in my bookstore, I encourage children. I have a library. I started a kids club, book club, by the way, where children will come together. I will invite them to say, I go to a school, a government school. I invite them to come. They read a book. I give them the books. They read, and then we come back. We do reviews on the book. Because for you to know that a child actually read the book is for you to come together and talk about the book like a book club would typically do. So yeah, that was what I was doing for the children in my community. My interest was in the public school sector.
Wow.
My interest was there because I feel like the public school child does not have everything provided for them. They are coming from a background that is very challenging, right? Some of them after school, they have to go help their parents sell. So not enough time for them to even read.
Exactly.
Because they're coming from these backgrounds that, they have to struggle to do more. And by more, I mean read books. Where are they even going to find these books? Right? So that really touched my heart in a child. Was very heartwarming for me.
Wow.
And I hope to see more of that.
Wow. Thank you so much. You have really spoken well.
Thank you.
And this a lot has really added value towards the growth and development of a child in your community. Because the spelling bee itself really goes a long way and speaks volume.
2025 edition will be our 4th year.
Okay.
So it's once every year. It happens December of every year.
Okay.
There's a competition between 20 schools, all in Surulere.
Wow.
We do our selections by going to mainly public schools. So we do our selection by going to the schools. They are familiar with the whole routine. My first edition was for both public and the talent in public school. They don't see it. I wanted to showcase, to give them a platform to shine.
Wow.
A public school child is allowed to shine.
Incredible.
So yeah, that was why primarily focusing on the public school.
Wow. Thank you so much. You've heard from the office mark. Indeed, it has been an incredible moment with our executive guest for this week, because she has already let us know the importance of education in the life of a student and how she has been able to add a value in the life of our community towards developing a child in their God-given talent and also adding more value to them to grow them and for them to be a better person in life. Thank you so much for this.
Thank you, Mr.
And the
Biodun.
last but not the least, we really want you to quickly what are the advice you have for our mothers?
Okay.
Our mothers and the youth generally in Lagos and Nigeria at large.
Okay, so my advice to the mothers would be that if you find your child having talent, in any areas, encourage that child with love, patience, most importantly. And still encourage your children to read is very important. Reading opens up their mind to endless possibilities. Not just the parents, the uncle, the auntie, the friends, the neighbor. Let's just all come together to see that we create an environment where we can still see children love books, love to read, and engage in reading. It is very important. So for the youth too, if you find yourself doing anything, get knowledge through books.
Wow.
It's going to advance you. So for the youth, I still encourage you. Read that book. Get acquainted with that book. Any areas you feel you want to develop yourself, get a book in that area. And it's going to happen for you.
All right, thank you. You've heard from the also smart. Indeed, it has been an incredible moment with our executive guest for this week. As she said, and I quote, that every of the mothers across the federation need to ensure that they give their kids and their children a guideline and encourages them towards their talent, and also ensure that they nurture them towards their reading so that they can be a greater person, a good ambassador of that of themselves, their family, and the society at large. And to the youth has also been advised by our guests that they should always find the ability and find the energy in reading books, because no knowledge is a waste, and whichever information you have been looking for in life to be a better person might be in that book, and when you're not reading it, and the reverse will be the case. So you are encouraged today to ensure that you read books, not just reading books. Tap into any information that come your way and read it, not just to stroll through it, because the opportunity you're looking for might be in that reading. And that's the reason why you need to be a good ambassador of that of yourself and the society. The sayings that goes then will always tell you that do not think about what the nation can do for you. Always think about what you can do that the nation will benefit so richly on. To whom much is given, much is expected, and preparation will always meet up with a greater opportunity. And that's the reason why you need to prepare yourself today for that opportunity to come your way. Nigeria will be greater again. Until we meet same time next week Wednesday, I still remain Salami Abion, your host for our laudable program popularly known as The Politics Today. Stay tuned.
To you by Mike on TV. For more inquiries, please contact